Right option for you in your relationship?
So, first off, what I want to say in general, we know that women file for divorce more often than not. I think a lot of times we do it out of hurt, out of anger, unforgiveness. And you've covered this with Dr. Spirit, which shout out to you, sis. I love you.
Shout out to Dr. Spirit.
But it's a lot of unforgiveness, and that unforgiveness, if it's left unforgiven, turns into bitterness, and that bitterness can build a fence, and that fence becomes very hard to feel when you build that wall up. And I think that of course I won't go into specifics about what happened or why it happened, but I will say that it's very important for you to seek wise counsel. I've had a therapist for a very long time, so loved ones, people that support you. You want to make sure that you are involving in that decision making, and you have to really decide and make a very calculated decision based upon your belief systems, based upon who you're speaking to, your wise counsel, like giving them the information, and then making the best decision. I think that we do take divorce very casually, and I'll admit I probably looked at it a little less intensely as I should have. That's me looking back on it, because I would never tell. I work with women. I would never tell a woman to walk through that in the same frame of mind I was in when I did it.
And when you say that,
Translation, I made a permanent decision based on temporary feelings. How many times have I said this, fellas? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. At the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. Now, I came across this earlier today because Anton from the Peef Network reacted to this, and I was kind of like, we just got these female influencers left and right spilling the beans. First it was Kendra G, and now Samantha Lee. Yeah, I know it rhymes. I got bars. But in all seriousness, though, y'all know, if y'all don't know who she is Tyrese's ex-wife, and she's pretty much been taking him through the ringer, and she has a YouTube channel. I believe it's called Love Samantha Lee, something like that. And once I discovered who she really was, because I actually used to react to some of her clips myself, but once I discovered that she was Tyrese's ex-wife, and I remember people telling me stories about what she put him through, and I covered that as well. So, you know, go through my catalog, you'll see her and him on the thumbnail. Yeah, at that point I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna react to her anymore, because it just comes off a little bit contradicting, so to speak. But gonna let her continue talking. Let's keep it moving.
but what frame of mind was that? What do you mean by that in particular?
I was very, very hurt. I was very angry. And I remember, like, when I made, like, the decision, I was, like, hysterically crying on the phone with my attorney. That was not the person I should have been on the phone with when...
Bruh. Wait a minute, what the hell?
Y'all know why she was on the phone with her attorney. Y'all know why. Because she started plotting. Because she started plotting, man. Because at that point, it was a matter of, what can I get out of this divorce? What can I get out of this marriage if I leave? That's why you were on the phone with him. Let's keep it a buck.
Like, that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I was hysterically crying. And I was not in any position to make that decision. I was extremely emotionally intoxicated. We can be intoxicated with our emotions, and I'm very much emotionally led. I feel very strongly. I'm just that kind of person, very passionate. But I would never tell somebody to make that decision when they're that emotional. But of course, I wasn't talking to someone that genuinely would be for marriage, or for reconciliation. And that's not no slight to my,
No, it's
The
attorney.
current friends.
It has nothing. There's no slight to that. Not the friends, but I was on the phone with my attorney.
Yeah.
So it was something that was being said to me that hurt me at that time. And that, so at that time when I was on the phone and I made that decision, I was livid. I was emotional. I was hysterical. And so if anything, if I could take anything from that and advise somebody else, because I don't want families to be torn apart.
Yeah.
It would be that if you're that hurt and you're like that emotional about someone, that's not a lack of love. Like the opposite of love is not hate. It's indifference. It's void of love, void of feelings. And so if I'm that emotional and I'm that hurt and I'm like on that level where I'm just like, I can't stop thinking and I'm just obsessing over why I am hurt. If it's misguided and misdirected, it can go in a bad direction. And so I think that with that being said, I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
And I made a decision like, well, I'm so angry, I'm so hurt, and this is, and I'm just like, forget it, like, never mind, like, I need to be done with this. This is horrible, you just ruminating on all the negative things and not focused on any of the positive things. I posted a reel, and I mean this. I really mean this. There was a guy who was talking about that before he decided to marry his wife, he had said or had told his wife that he needed to choose the people that would speak to her in her most emotional moments. And it was people that would be for the relationship.
Right.
And I know a lot of people had different kind of like comments about the person and everything like that, but the message of what he was saying for me resounds true, because the people I had in my ear at the time were not for that.
There you go. There you go. Single women keep other women single. Women keep other women single, period. There you go. Between your circle of friends and family or whoever was in your ear, along with the attorney, you were influenced, along with your temporary feelings, made a permanent decision that you clearly regret doing or regret handling it in the manner that you have, because you haven't really looked very favorable since the news broke about it, especially once the details really came out about it. So who knows, man? This could be her attempt at trying to make herself look better. And I don't know why it's making me think of Brittany Renner, but oh man, let's keep it moving.
Let me ask you this, because I think that's such a good point. Like when you're even in that spot when you're emotional,
Yes.
you're in the pit of your relationship.
Yes.
It's so important to make sure you have people who are pro-marriage, pro-relationship, pro your
100%.
current relationship,
100%.
to be able to help, as much as possible,
100%.
make the best decision to keep the marriage going.
Yeah.
When everybody may not have access to that counsel. So let me ask you this. If we can go back, and if I were able somehow to insulate you with a pro-marriage, pro-relationship community, do you think you still would have actually gone through a divorce?
Not that time.
Okay.
I don't know what would have happened. Oh, I've never said this publicly.
No, this is what we do.
This is a Harley
this is
initiated
deep.
exclusive, baby.
Delano, make sure you zoom in on this one, okay?
Yeah. It gets
No,
deep.
actually, no. I want to deny myself. I want to deniability. Yeah, no, the truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No,
Wow.
I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that women were like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me. I'm the kind of person that, like, okay, I feel so strong, and I can ruminate. I can get so lost in my thoughts. I know a lot of women are like that. Like, we're a lot, not all of us, right? But some of us are. Just like a lot of men can be like that. But I know women specifically, there will be moments where they'll be like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And we're just focusing on these things. And because you don't have a certain person in your life to check you and say, sis, what about this? What about this? What about these strengths? What about what he's not doing? Like those types of things. That can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you may not be thinking about when you're upset. You're only thinking about what you're mad about. You're not thinking about all the other positive aspects of this person. And so in those moments, you need somebody to be the person for that person.
Yeah.
In those moments.
So it's
So it sounds to me like you ain't had the right people in your corner. And that's sad to see, bro. See, this is another reason why I think guys are kind of checking out, because there's a saying that goes, whenever you marry a woman, you're marrying her family as well. And when family members and friends in her circle have access to y'all relationship and she's confiding in them and telling them everything, you're gonna have some people that don't have the best interest in keeping that relationship or marriage going. I'm like, and it's sad to see, because it sounds to me like if she could go back, she would not do that. And you let other people influence you. However, I will say this though, because I'm pretty sure somebody already in the comments already said it by now. I would be shocked if they didn't. At the end of the day, ma'am, you got to take responsibility of your own decisions and the choices that you made, because at the end of the day, y'all do not give men the same grace. We don't have that luxury of blaming a temporary decision that we made purely out of emotion on somebody else influencing us to make that decision. Hell, we don't even have the luxury of being emotional when we make decisions, let alone being influenced by somebody else. Because at the end of the day, we're all grown, and according to so many, y'all supposed to be the smarter ones. So, I mean, I hate to be a smart ass, but that's how y'all talk, and that's what y'all, and that's what, not all, but that's what you hear a lot of modern women saying on these platforms, podcasts, and social media. But I'm like, shout out to her for being vulnerable enough to even come out and do this, man. I'm kind of surprised that this was even a thing, but y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. All right, if you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification, that way I know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Lost Music Volume 2. And if you want to purchase any other merch, Spreadshot.com link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all, deuces.